everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout, and today I'm using a cut file as the base of my layout. This is from Paige Evans. Her shop is Page by Page on Etsy, so it's Paige by Page. All right, so I already backed the cut file to save you the pain of watching me do that because that's not very exciting. I backed the cut file paper with with the polka dot paper, or the cut file with the polka dot paper, and that is the Doodlebug Petite Prince Swimming Pool dot stripe paper. And then I'm going to back the photo with the reverse side of that swimming pool paper there. Makes it really easy, right? Because then the colors are consistent. And I'm putting this all on that floral paper from Dear Lizzie. It's the Stay Colorful 12 by 12 pad that came from. And then there is also that 4x4 journaling piece. It came from the Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. It's the pizza pie paper, which is the cut apart paper for that. And this is for my pandemic album. I've done quite a few things for that. You've seen quite a few things for that pandemic album as I've done it. And so what this was is, this was the first day I started carrying a bottle of hand sanitizer in my car. I always had it in my handbag before, but at this point now that went into my car. So I was thinking about maybe backing that floral paper on something else, and I looked at that stripe paper, but I didn't like how it read across the top, because you couldn't see the whole stripe then. And sometimes I'll do that and I'm okay with that. I guess I could have done it where it was just kind of across, so that it would have only been on the two sides. But the problem with that is that the other thing that I looked at is that cut file is pretty big and the pictures are pretty big, so there's not a lot of space across the layout on the horizontal for adding some sort of backing. I could have done it, I guess I could have turned the paper and then done it so that the stripes went vertically, and I could have shortened it up that way, but I just decided not to do that. I think it would have emphasized the horizontal nature of the block of the cut file and the photo and the 4x4 even more, and I didn't really want to do that. Okay, so now I'm just getting this in. I did, with this particular one, the inside of the O and D and that kind of stuff is cut separately, and I could have cut out the middle of that, but I decided not to. So I sometimes am like, yeah, not doing it. Too much work. I know some people do. I don't mind fussy cutting these, but I also don't like spending my whole entire scrapbooking time doing them. And it does take quite a while to do cut files. Sometimes I'll just put them on like the paper, and like where there's space between the word your and hands, I won't cut that out. It just kind of depends on what it looks like. All right, so I'm just showing you, I don't remember what that was. You can freeze it. There was something about it's happy something. It was the word, and I'm sorry, the piece there. And I'm sorry, I actually don't have the layout here. It's actually in my pandemic album right now. I was doing a little review of the album and needed it. So what I'm doing at this point is going through my box of LA Studio die cuts, and I'm just pulling out things that are red or red and pink, just to kind of emphasize, because I have that large red block in the 4x4, I wanted to use red. Obviously I could have used turquoise, but there's a lot of that in the cut file, or I could have used yellow, but there's not really yellow in the photo. The other thing I'm doing with the red is I'm popping up that bottle of Thieves, which is the sanitizer that I use, and that label is red, so I thought it was kind of a nice way to do that. All right, so now I have these enamel circles, and I'm kind of playing with using those, like covering that house thing wasn't so bad at the top of the label there, but it's gray, and I don't have any other gray. So these are enamel circles from LA Studio, the Noteworthy collection. They're the epoxy stickers. So kind of just, again, playing around with what I'm going to do here. And then I decide to actually get rid of that house label and just use the circles like this. And I always said I wanted fingernails, but actually they get in the way too. Because I'm doing this back when I think you saw something, it probably actually was layout right before this where I did it while I was off during our stay-at-home order. And I think I said this, I did 206 scrapbook pages while I was off. So I did discover that maybe having nails is not as much fun as I thought. Okay, so we got that done. Tapping my hands because I'm not sure what I want to do. Now I did bring in, here's a little pink. So kind of toying with maybe using that because there is obviously pink in here. Now that I have that banner up there that is red, pink, and blue. More pink. So I've gone a little bit away from the original red that I had and decided to add in it not so strong, to keep the colors, the emphasis, goodness, words are hard, to keep the emphasis on that photo cluster and maybe not take so much away from it. Now I have that pink on the bottom, so I'm looking for maybe some pink to put on top of the wash your hands. I'm not quite sure. And then I do have these Let's Stay Home circles, which are from Ellie Studio, and they had nothing to do with the pandemic. It was just on a printable sheet, and I found them. So I took and I printed a whole bunch of those, and those are appearing throughout my album. So now I've got that black heart in there with that gray circle. So again, kind of looking at doing that because there's so much black in the photo there that I took. And then the other thing is there is a black and white stripe across the top of the 4x4 journaling card. There is some black up in those epoxy stickers, so you know, the circle stickers. So that kind of makes sense that I could use those. I'm still trying to get in, I'm trying to, I don't know, make this cluster make a little bit more sense to me. I want it to be grounded, and it doesn't feel grounded. So I'm playing with different labels here to see what I can do about that. And these are Ellie Studio again. So I finally find this one. And I needed to, this moved a little bit when I was gluing everything down, so I'm getting that back there. So now I like that. I needed more either red or pink over there with that heart and the Let's Stay Home circle, because otherwise it would have looked a little odd, because the other black colors are appearing with some red. Kind of playing again here. I'm just shifting enamel circles here, and I do like that. I did like that black up there because there's a spot of black at the heart, and then the photo is very black, but there was a little bit of black at the top there, so this gets more black up in that banner. That's the whole reason behind doing that. All right, guys, there you go. There's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.